Hey everyone, it's Pablo. Welcome back to the channel where we help nonprofits like yours thrive. Today, we're diving into a topic that's super important for your organization's success: budgeting and forecasting. We're going to be debunking the top 10 myths about these financial tools, myths that could be holding you back. So let's get started and bust these myths wide open. Alright, let's tackle this first myth head on. Nonprofits don't need to budget as strictly as for-profit businesses. This is a dangerous misconception. Every dollar you have represents a donation, a grant, someone's hard-earned money that they entrusted to your organization to make a difference. You owe it to your donors, your beneficiaries, and your team to manage those funds with the utmost care. Think of a budget as a roadmap for your organization's financial health. Without a well-defined budget, you're essentially driving blindfolded. A well-crafted budget allows you to prioritize your spending, identify potential shortfalls, and make necessary adjustments throughout the year. Treat every dollar with respect, and you'll be well on your way to financial stability and sustainability. Let's move on to myth number 2. Forecasting is only for large nonprofits. This couldn't be further from the truth. Forecasting is simply the art of using historical data and current trends to project future financial outcomes. It's not just a tool for the big players. It's about making educated guesses based on the information you have available to make more informed decisions. Even small nonprofits can benefit from this practice. For example, if your nonprofit relies heavily on a big annual fundraising gala, you could use forecasting to estimate how much you might raise based on previous year's attendance, ticket sales, and donations. This helps in planning and setting realistic goals. Forecasting isn't just about revenue either. It's also crucial for anticipating expenses. Knowing your potential costs can help you manage your budget more effectively. There are plenty of simple forecasting tools and templates available online. These resources can make the process easier and more accessible for smaller organizations. The key takeaway here is that forecasting is a valuable tool for nonprofits of all sizes. It helps in strategic planning, ensuring sustainability, and achieving your mission more effectively. So don't shy away from it, embrace it. Myth number 3 is a classic. Budgets are set in stone and can't be adjusted. In the real world, things change, unexpected events happen, and your budget needs to be flexible enough to adapt. Think of your budget as a living document, not a rigid contract. For example, let's say you budgeted for a new staff position, but then you receive an unexpected grant opportunity that requires a significant matching contribution. Would you stick to your original budget and miss out on potentially game-changing funding? Of course not. The bottom line is that your budget should be a dynamic tool that evolves alongside your organization. Myth number 4 is one that I hear all the time. You need a finance degree to create a budget or forecast. Budgeting and forecasting are about understanding your organization's financial inflows and outflows, the money coming in and the money going out. The good news is that there are tons of resources available to help you develop these skills. Don't let the fear of numbers hold you back from taking control of your organization's financial health. Start by familiarizing yourself with basic budgeting and forecasting principles. The more you work with your budget and track your finances, the more comfortable and confident you'll become. Alright, let's talk about myth number 5. Budgeting and forecasting are too time-consuming for small nonprofits. Many believe that the process is cumbersome and eats up valuable time that could be spent on more pressing tasks. Not budgeting is like saying you're too busy driving to stop for gas. It might seem like a good idea to keep going, but it's a risky move. Eventually, you're going to run out of fuel and end up stranded on the side of the road. This is exactly what happens when you neglect budgeting and forecasting. Budgeting and forecasting don't have to be massive time sucks. With a bit of planning and the right tools, they can be streamlined and efficient. Start by setting aside dedicated time for budgeting and forecasting. Even just an hour a week can make a significant difference. Leverage technology to your advantage. There are many tools available that can simplify the process and save you time. There are tons of budgeting and forecasting software programs specifically designed for nonprofits. These tools can automate many of the tasks that would otherwise be time-consuming. Delegate tasks to other team members, volunteers, or even consider outsourcing some of the work to a bookkeeper or financial consultant. This way, you can focus on what you do best: the small amount of time you dedicate to these tasks will pay off exponentially in the long run. You'll have a clearer picture of your financial health and be better prepared for the future. Let's debunk myth number 6. Only the finance team needs to be involved in budgeting and forecasting. While your finance team plays a crucial role in managing the numbers, budgeting and forecasting should be a collaborative effort that involves everyone in your organization. Your program staff have invaluable insights into the resources needed, the challenges faced, and the opportunities for growth. Your development team understands your donor base, fundraising goals, and potential revenue streams. When you involve all of these stakeholders in the budgeting and forecasting process, you gain a more comprehensive understanding of your organization's financial needs and opportunities. Creating a culture of transparency and open communication around finances is essential. Let's tackle myth number 7. You can't forecast accurately without historical data. Even if you're a brand new nonprofit or you don't have years of financial records at your fingertips, you can still create meaningful forecasts. Start by gathering as much information as you can, even if it's not perfect. Look at industry benchmarks, competitor data, or even anecdotal evidence from similar organizations. Remember, forecasting is an iterative process. As you gather more data and experience, your forecasts will become more accurate over time. The key is to start somewhere, even if it's just with a rough estimate. Chapter 8. Myth number 8 is one that makes me cringe. Budgets and forecasts are only about cutting costs. While it's true that budgets require you to make tough choices and sometimes say no to certain expenses, they're not about restricting your organization's growth or stifling creativity. Think of your budget as a tool for strategic allocation. It's about identifying your priorities, both programmatically and financially, and then directing your resources accordingly. A well-crafted budget is not about cutting costs for the sake of cutting costs. It's about making strategic investments in the people, programs, and infrastructure that will enable your organization to thrive. Chapter 9. Let's debunk myth number 9. Once the budget is approved, you don't need to revisit it. Just like a garden needs regular watering, weeding, and fertilizing, your budget needs ongoing attention and care to ensure it's thriving. Schedule regular budget reviews with your team, at least quarterly, if not monthly. During these reviews, track your actual income and expenses against your budgeted amounts, identify any variances, and discuss the reasons behind them. These regular checkups allow you to course correct throughout the year, rather than waiting until the end of the year and realizing you're way off track. Your budget deserves the same level of attention and care. Chapter 10. And finally, let's bust myth number 10. Forecasting is just guessing and not worth the effort. Forecasting is not about predicting the future with 100% certainty. It's about using historical data, current trends, and your best judgment to create a range of possible outcomes. If you're planning a fundraising event, a forecast can help you estimate how many people might attend, how much money you might raise, and what your expenses might be. Forecasting also helps you identify potential problems before they arise. The key takeaway here is that forecasting is not about being right or wrong. It's about being prepared. And there you have it, the top 10 budgeting and forecasting myths for nonprofits debunked. These myths often hold organizations back, creating unnecessary fear and confusion around financial planning. I hope this video has given you a fresh perspective on these crucial financial tools and empowered you to take control of your organization's financial health. Understanding the truth behind these myths can help you make more informed decisions and lead your nonprofit to greater success. Remember, budgeting and forecasting are not about restricting your organization or stifling your creativity. Instead, they provide a framework that allows you to plan effectively, allocate resources wisely, and ensure that every dollar is working towards your mission. They're about empowering you to achieve your mission, maximize your impact, and create a more sustainable future for your organization. By embracing these tools, you can navigate financial challenges with confidence and focus on what truly matters, making a difference in your community. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more nonprofit tips and advice, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Your support helps us continue to provide valuable content for nonprofit leaders like you. And as always, feel free to share this video with any other nonprofit leaders or organizations that you think might benefit from it. Sharing knowledge and resources is key to building a stronger, more effective nonprofit community.